Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So I did have to replay a little bit. I don't know if I think I told you way back. I actually went back to Liliana and redid with her. And I'm much happier with it. Like, I feel much more good. I don't know how to say it. Like, however, we have gotten a lot of different loot this time around. And I think our power will go up to 6 in a minute once I do something. But I did want to take a look at the codex. Doesn't look like we've gotten anybody new character-wise. We've got Blood Lotus. I think we saw that one. Embrium. I did read this one before. I'm not sure if you guys were able to get it. Dragonthorn. The wood of the dragonthorn tree is prized for its strength and has been used to craft bows of remarkable quality. But the leaves are equally valuable. Alchemists have known for centuries that an extract of dragonthorn leaves will enhance and stabilize other, more volatile magical compounds. Spindleweed. It is an old country saying that spindleweed grows best for the sorrowful. Verdant spindleweed in a household's garden has often brought neighbors offering consolation, usually even without even asking what might be wrong. This originates from the plant's use as a seasoning for dishes meant to speed the recovery of the infirm. A person who grows much of it is likely caring for the fatally ill. Interesting. A horsemaster's notes on mounts. Sorry. There's construction going on still outside. You can probably hear it. Never seen a proud rider top a regal mount? That's your failing. Such animals are common enough, but their costs. So keep them away from chance of blight, theft, attack, all the nonsense that makes for poor stabling. These aren't working beasts with the fire bright out of their eyes so they can suffer a plow. These creatures are about spirit. A proper mount isn't some noble's plaything on a hunt. It's your everyday, and you'd better match it to deserve it. On horses. You've never had a mount like the Ferald Forder, a hardy warm blood. Don't let the size fool you. They're not meant for the farm. Centuries of careful breeding have taken common stock and produced a glory. A creature as much at home in a charge as they are on a march across nations. But for all the stamina and speed they place at your command, press too far and you'll be picking dirt from your teeth. They know their role and expect that you know yours. Warning and promise and all that. Archers. To fight an enemy with a bow or crossbow is simple, although not always easy. Our guard with a crossbow must crank his weapon after each shot. If there is only one such enemy, seek cover and give him cause to waste his shot, and then close upon him before he may fire again. If there are many, close to their flanks so you face one guard directly, using him as a second shield, and no other guard has a clean shot at your unprotected back. Do not move to the middle of their ranks and rely upon them hesitating to risk hitting one another. Sorry, I'm actually really distracted by all the banging going on outside. I just started this recording. I don't want to have to start over. A soldier with a short bow is a little more dangerous. Attack him as you would an enemy with a crossbow, but except that he will likely fire again. Approach with your shield up, even if you must sacrifice speed. Few soldiers are true masters of the bow. Those who do not fumble their drawn fear will fire a shot quickly, so it is more likely to glance off your armor or shield than punch through. Few soldiers have the skill or strength to make good use of a longbow. Respect those who do. Against such an enemy, cover is the only defense. Move quickly across his field of vision, forcing him to compensate for your movement. Do not charge directly unless your allies can distract him. A fully drawn longbow can drive an arrow through a chevalier's plate at 100 yards. A fight between an archer and a chevalier is a test of cunning versus patience. We are too often patient, heavily armored as we are, and faced with our lightly armored foes who would harass us. While archers frustrate me as they do most chevaliers, it is good that we fight them so we remember how to be cunning and how to break an opponent's patience. Okay. Black Wolf. The scouts report activity uncharacteristic of lupine behavior. The breach and resulting rifts have caused unprecedented disruptions in the Vale. Such alterations in the environment may account for the unnatural aggression. If this is indeed the case, I cannot yet say how widespread the impact, how many wolves does this environmental imbalance influence, what threat do they pose to resistant members of the pack, to the local population. This warrants further investigation. Report submitted to Seeker Pentagast by Minerva. Okay. Guardsman. A novice believes his sword of the utmost importance and his shield there to show his family's colors. All scoff at such foolishness, but the older student, thinking his shield a sign from the Maker that he cannot be struck down, is little wiser. A warrior coming away from battle with his shield dented and ripped may be praised for bravery. A warrior coming away with his shield merely scratched should be praised for skill. Oops. Remember that every metal shield was beaten into shape and may be beaten out of it. Even a blow that does not tear a hole drives impact through your arm and shoulder where shock and pain will wear down even the strongest warrior. In a duel against a single opponent, you may seek a quick advantage in taking a blow directly to the shield in order to strike one in return. If you are protecting another, you may have no choice. In all other cases against one opponent or many, it is better to hide the movement of your hips and shoulders behind your shield, forcing enemies to focus on it rather than you. This is also true when fighting an opponent so armed. Your goal is not the shield, but the man behind it. Circling or locking shields may gain you in an advantageous position. Failing that, rain blows upon his defenses until he tires and his guard grows sloppy. If you are neither skilled enough to slip past him, nor fit enough to wear him down, you will most likely die. I'm gonna break... The ram is a marvelous creature. Its wool makes the best lining for winter coats, the side of the mountains. Horns and bones can be crushed into powder and mixed with the soil for a healthy crop, or charred and ground into ink powder. The hide makes a good cover in a window against the winds. You can burn the dung on a pinch, melt down its fat for candles. I haven't even mentioned the meat. With a full-grown ram, you could make a stew big enough for a village and have enough left over for a week. So there'll be no more complaints about being paid in sheep for your work during the harvest. With that ram and a few ewes, you can start your own flock. You're lucky to have them handed to you instead of needing to go and tame a wild one. Listen to your father for once. Take care of those animals and they'll take care of you. From a Fairland farmer to his son. Spellbinder. I confess myself troubled by the rise in mages binding multiple spirits to a single object. Among the Mortalitasi, interacting with spirits is a serious, even intimate undertaking. These spellbinders, as they call themselves, bind many simple spirits, usually to books or other easily compartmentalized objects set with runes, and they have stripped the interaction with spirits of its importance, reducing it to a mere mechanical exercise. That such magic is useful to the spellbinder, I do not argue, although the power containing these objects is difficult to focus. The diffused magic can easily distribute energy across a broad area, augmenting the mage's allies. The spellbinders insist that no individual spirit is capable of breaking their bindings, and that the spirits cannot cooperate well enough to erect an escape together. Furthermore, they maintain that because the bindings are all tied to the spellbinder personally, there's no risk of these enchanted books falling into the wrong hands. Still, the books are in their hands, and I am concerned. Although the practice has spread across most of Thedas by now, it seems to have originated in Tevinter. These mages bind spirits and demons too readily, and it is not natural for spirits to remain in this world for any great length of time. Our Maker placed the veil between our world and the Fade for a reason, after all. Who are we to second guess his wishes? Perhaps I have grown more reverent in my old age. Huh, okay. Wait, okay. The Wraith. Don't I have... Yeah, I thought I had another one. Maybe not. Yeah, now I'm all like, blue, blue, but I don't know. And we did look at these... Dalish? The Pentagon. Alright, because we talked to everyone. Our Navarre. Without us, this nation would either still be one of the multi-city-states that come right through marches, more likely than the latter. This sounds like a jerk. As our only significant trait, you do understand, I hope. That dragons disappeared a century ago, only receiving training at the beginning of this age. Some of our clan have taken up the old trade out of nostalgia. My cousin Ferdinand, the most prominent among them. But those days are largely done today. There are 14 branches of the family. 18 if you count one counts our relations among the Van Markhams, each consisting of multiple families and twisting bloodlines connected to blah, 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 blah. King Marcus wanes in health, and neither he nor Ferdinand have children, but make no mistake, there will be another Pentagon sitting on the Navarian throne, and that man or woman will lead us to a prosperous future. There will be no civil war. Traditional end of it. Seekers of Truth are Templar. I was wondering what the Seekers were. Once they were called the Inquisition, but upon the signing of the Navarran Accord, they gave up that name and became the order they are now, standing over us Templars as watchers and enforcers. I honestly cannot claim to know more than that. I don't know how many Seekers there are, a few dozen. If they have a base of operations, I don't know where it is, certainly not within any of us. The only time we'll see one is when a Seeker is summoned, perhaps in response to a complaint by one of the first enchanters. They'll investigate the problem, and if it turns out a Templar did something they don't like, he's disciplined, severely, without question. Even the Knight Commander bows to their will. If a Seeker of Truth shows up, you know that every last Templar is sweating, hoping their gaze doesn't fall on him. Of course, that changed when the Navarran Accord was broken. I'm told the Chantry broke it, but it was Lord Seeker Lambert who made the announcement. He said the Seekers of Truth in the Templar Order were going to hunt rebel mages no matter what the Divine commanded. I didn't know he had that authority, that he could just say we could do this and everyone would follow, but we did. I never thought of it that way. But the Seekers have always been our guides. Now they've led us to war. Yikes. Interesting. Okay. We read those. Conclave, I think we did. Yes. The First Inquisition. The Maker. Okay. Magic. Dwarven runecraft. Within the Diamond Quarter of Orzammar lies the Shaperate. I remember that from Dragon Age Origins. A branch of Dwarven society so ancient that the dwarves themselves do not know when or where it began. They are the keepers of history for people who have never known the sun or seasons, and who track time by the lives and deaths of kings. But they are not mere historians, they are craftsmen. For the living history of the dwarves is not written but forged. The memories, as the dwarves call their records, sweet, are runes painstakingly crafted from lyrium, which contain the actual thoughts of the shapers who made them. The making of runes is not restricted solely to the shapers. The most common useful kind are crafted by many members of the smith caste from lyrium and other magically reactive metals, and can imbue a variety of fascinating new properties to an item when properly applied, just as the runes of Tevinter design do. But runes are found everywhere in dwarven artwork, and not all serve a practical purpose, at least not the ones that's known. They are carved into houses and storefronts. They are embroidered onto garments, etched in glasswork, even painted on chamber pots. Oh. The meaning of the symbols themselves are sacred knowledge kept by the Shaperate. They are not, as many surface folk believe, the written language of the modern dwarves, but rather are remnants of a lost language that predates Orzammar, the Dwarven Kingdom, and even the tens of thousands of years of history recorded in the memories. The Shaperate recognizes the meanings of a few dozen dwarven runes. Memory, obviously, is used for their record keeping. Many have not so much been translated as inferred. Runes which decorate both armor and load-bearing architecture might very well mean strength or endurance. New symbols are unearthed now and then, the fallen thags, brought back by the Legion of the Dead and jealously hoarded by the shapers who struggled to find their uses and origins. Were these symbols an earlier version of the written Dwarven tongue? A language that fell into disuse, replaced by the modern King's tongue? It is hard to guess, and the memories offer us no wisdom. Ocular Shut up. Ocular, a skull set upon a staff. These macabre artifacts cause magical shards in the air to glow with magical radiance when the viewer looks through the eyes of the skull. Spirits, demons. Okay, I think we've read all those. I do have a map. Sorry, I'm not reading them out loud because I've got this stupid banging going on outside. Oh. That's sad. Haven, Fort Connor. I did read that one when we came by earlier. The fourth time I attempted to cross the border in Navarro from Orleans was turned back by Chevaliers. I decided to take the more roundabout path, a ship back to Ferelden, and then another to Navarra. The outcome was more than worth the trouble. The whole country is filled with artistry, from the statues of heroes that litter the streets and even the meanest villages to the glittering golden college of Magi in Cumberland. Perhaps nowhere is more astonishing than the vast necropolis outside Navarra city. Unlike most other followers of Andraste, the Navarrans do not bury their dead. Instead, they carefully preserve the bodies and seal them in elaborate tombs. Some of the wealthiest Navarrans begin construction of their own tombs while quite young, and these become incredible palaces. Oh wow, complete with gardens, bathhouses, and ballrooms, utterly silent, kept only for the dead. Okay. The hinterlands, we did that one. Tails. Oh, must be the... This is a tail? Should we read it? I'm gonna read it silently. Yikes, a dead magistrate. Did we read that? I think I read this one. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. We did. Oh, so we've got the second stanza and the sixth stanza and the seventh. I don't really want to read them until... Oh wow, I've almost got all the tutorials. Inquisition camps, Occularium, world travel, war table, search, apothecary, researcher. Hopefully I can give... I just don't... It doesn't tell me which ones I can give to her, you know? Ah, yeah, okay, I remember. Oh, so it had a little mark on it. The perils of bard life. As a bard, you're welcome anywhere in Orleans. Doors are open to you with generous smiles. Their wearer is confident that no one would falsely pretend to such a title for fear of retribution. Your slightest request is immediately seen to. Your services are expensive and yet actively sought, and those who cannot afford them beg only to not have your displeasure turned their way. One day, however, you will awaken. You will realize the smiles are false, and behind them lies revenge. At the first moment of weakness, your brother and sister bards will be unleashed upon you like a pack of hounds, and you will realize that they are not your brothers and sisters at all. What? For all your fancy intrigue, you have spent your life creating nothing of worth. You have been swallowed by the web of your own deceits, and the game of which you believed yourself master moves on without you, uncaring. From a letter signed Sister Nightingale. Oh, I think it did say she used to be a bard. That would make sense for why her name is Nightingale then. Okay, so we've seen all of those. Woo! Woo! Okay. Hello?
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves.
Okay.
If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
Okay.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Okay.
Farewell.
Oh, I have to go mount my horse too.
The people here should leave the area. It's too dangerous.
This is their home, Seeker.
I'm not sure if I uploaded the part where I raced the horse, but I'm not gonna... Maybe... Okay, I'll just do it really quick. Press the left stick, B, blah, 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 B. Here. Oh, look, there's +1 power. Nobody's here. And then they all come back magically.
My courses. Fancy
trying out one of my courses? What kind of racing are you talking about?
I set up a course over there with stakes in the ground. You try to ride the course before I call time.
I'll try one of your courses.
Wonderful. Get your
I'll
horse
try
and
one
set
of
up
your
stakes.
courses.
You make time. I'll throw in some of the dress money Father gave me. Consider it a donation to the Inquisition.
Well, gee, thanks. Alright, just so you guys know, this last part might sound a little different with me because I lost the last, 10 minutes of the audio for some reason, somehow. So I'm recording over it for the first time ever, which took me forever to figure out how to do. It was great. Using the Audacity after forever. But let's go. Let's go, Epona. Come on, Epona. It's much easier this time around now that I know what I'm doing. Some pretty epic music. This actually took a lot of concentration. I was just sitting there it's not hard to maneuver the horse, but it just looks weird because the horse is only going, it's moving on a linear plane. It's not moving side to side at all. It's just going up and down. And then the weirdest part is that I'm not moving at all. You would be moving a lot. Your butt moves with the horse. I can tell you from experience. You don't just sit there like a log. I think Skyrim's animation for that was better. But are we done now?
Nicely done. Fancy another race?
I'll speak
No.
with you later.
I remember being no! No, I don't want to do it again. It's not Epona. It's not Link. Why are you making me do this? But it won't go away. It's gonna make me do it again. She's got lots to do. Lots of stuff to do. Security stuff. It's not too hard. Building some watchtowers, easy peasy stuff. See, hopefully I'm gonna move my microphone. Oh, my elvish powers will overcome this fence. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Yep, there we go. Everyone else just goes around because they're boring. And this fence will not defeat me! See? Just hard work and perseverance, guys. That's all you need. And a rib! Maybe we're going to avoid it? Are we going to try and avoid it? I'm never sure if those things are actually aggressive or not. If they will become aggressive. Shh. Shh. Little rift. Shh. It's gonna be maybe not a pain, but it's gonna be weird trying to sync up the audio and the visual stuff. I don't usually have to do that. The Elgato just combines it all into one little thing. One little file. Which is weird whenever it skitzes out. I don't understand why. So they're just gonna stand on the pole then? As a watchtower? That's not a very effective watchtower. It's wait, what? I guess it says watchtower locations marked. But I actually, when I first did this through, I was like, what? We're just putting a pole here just to be here's a good place to watch. To stand watch. And you can stand on the pole if you want. Climb up to it. Climb up to the top and hang off. And you'll get a better view than you normally would by a foot. Enemies. Let's go fight some enemies. Ow. Geez, someone's shooting me from the side. Templar Knight and a sellsword. Why are they fighting? Yeah. Let's do it. Got Cassandra. Gonna freaking payback strike these suckers. They're long shot. And I always forget to change that. She just ran into nothing. It's cool actually watching it from this point of view. Like I don't have to just pay attention to like what I'm doing.
Innocent people caught in the middle. Some things never change.
Yeah. Well, Varric's got a history and an opinion with that apparently. But it's kind of cool to watch the battle like from like an overall perspective. I don't have to just like pay attention to what I'm doing and the enemies in front of me. I can see what everybody else's moves look like and stuff, you know? Like even when I am them, I still don't get to see it very well, so I'm being very unprofessional. I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. But it's been a relaxing day. I'm just kicking back, talking over this. I couldn't tell you. I think we're gonna go. Are we gonna go finish the Watchtower locations? To be honest, I don't think we are. I think I'm gonna get distracted. I'm gonna get distracted picking flowers and weeds. I'm gonna get distracted picking weeds. And like an idiot, I'm not gonna go replenish my supplies because I thought that if I just clicked the equip potions or so, like I thought if I just came into camp, my supplies would be replenished, but I don't think that's the case. I think you actually have to rest in the tent. Inquisition Tapestry is different from what I started out with, but that's because I've already mentioned I actually redid something with Leliana, and that meant I had to go back and play like an hour and a half, and I was like, sometimes if I miss an episode of, like if something messes up with the audio, I'll redo it, but this is different on this game because your loot is different every time. Like I didn't think it would do that, but it's like made for replays. And so, like, everything, like, you get different loot, and, like, I think one time I think earlier, on the time that I actually ran through it again, I had gotten something for Bianca, his, Varric's crossbow, and then, the second time through I didn't get that. Like, it got something else, and I was like, oh, so that makes it difficult. If I have to replay a section, it's gonna be a little bit different. Just loot-wise. That's all I've noticed, really, is the difference in loot. And maybe enemy location a little bit, but not really. So we decided to do this rift since we're here. We might as well do it, you know? Get it over with. Get it over with. Oh, creepy. Got, like, skeleton faces. I didn't realize that. Wow. I'm trying to see if there's a species to it. That thing is nasty. Nasty. Varric's like, woo, party up. That's awesome. Oh, just out of range. Dang nab. Should have used the frost thing. Oopsie. Change back quick. Change back. Alright. Get this guy over here. Stuff's popping up all over the place. I don't even know what's going on. Dreamer rags. Woo! I think those are like bombs. I didn't realize it before, but I think those that pop up in the ground, they hit me sometimes, and I don't realize what's hit me, and I'm just watching it now, and I think that that's what it does. Like, I always think enemies pop out, but they don't necessarily. So, come on, owie. Please. Get him. Get the ghosty. See? Like that. Like that. And sometimes enemies pop out. Do you guys see his face? I've never seen their faces before. It's the amnesia demon. Oh, it's the amnesia demons. Oh, no. Are you serious? Oh, let's look at it. Oh, look at its face. Oh my gosh, look at it. Look at it. I wish I'd never seen that. I wish I'd never, ever seen that. Oh my gosh, how could I not notice that? Oh. Nightmares. Nightmares. Oh my gosh. Oh, kill it with fire! Oh, see? There you go. The bomb. No enemies came out, it just bombed me. Close it! Close it! Oh. Look at us moving up in levels. My influence went up. Excellent. I can't believe I just noticed that. Like, that's disgusting. The freaking amnesia demons are the bigger, faster. Market. Tyrda's lover. Dennett, I don't care if it's the best land on the farm. The farmers remember the old ways and the old blood, and we'll honor that. Just as I honor you twisting the old horseshoe nails into circles and sneaking them into the horses' saddles for luck. If the farmers want to leave that tree to honor Tyrda's leaf-eared lover, we'll let it be, and whatever we lose from the land, we'll gain in loyalty. If I come back and find the tree gone, and you and Braun blustering some story about it falling in a storm, I'll get the truth from Sayana, and you'll be sleeping in those stables you love so much. Let's see, come on. All my love, Elena. I love you, honey. You're gonna sleep in the barn. This is probably my favorite landmark, though. I'm looking at it because I was like, because this is the tree that I think Tyrda and her elf lover, they slept under, like in part of the poems we read. They, like, made love under a tree or something, and I think that's that. You know, that tree right there, which is really, really awesome. But I think we're getting close to the end of the episode. I'm just chatterboxing away. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully all the audio works out, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.